My name is Maddie, this is my dog Eliza, and we just sold our DIY van, moved from the USA to Germany, and bought an abandoned house in the German countryside that just so happens to need a lot of work. This week we'll tackle much of the property, sorting through multiple lifetimes worth of items left behind by previous owners, getting rid of a lot of things, but maybe finding some pretty special items along the way too. One day at a time, we plan to transform this old house into our dream home, and it all starts here. I moved to Germany almost exactly a month ago, and today is the day that I really do a lot of work to get the house ready for renovation. But this is the calm before the chaos. I come to this spot almost every single day. I come to this forest every single day, and it's a big reason I decided to say yes to such a crazy opportunity as purchasing a home in a country far, far away where I don't yet really speak the language. But I'm going to talk a lot more about that throughout the video, and for now, just enjoy this because this is pretty dreamy, eh? This is the tool shed, and it's what I'm going to start cleaning out today. I feel like this door is going to move a lot. I'm not a big fan. I'm so excited to tackle this space today. In order to really get going on the renovation, you need a tool shed where you can store all of your electrical tools and all of your other tools that just actually make sense and is practical. And right now you can see this room is an absolute disaster zone. Also, one other cool little place. This room in here is where a lot of people store their chickens during the winter. I don't know if we're going to end up storing chickens in here, but it's nice to have some extra room, even if it is just for storage or who knows. I definitely would not mind at all having some little duckies in here though. I'm sure that we will be able to keep some of the things in here. I'm sure that some of them are gonna be really, really useful, but I just need to kind of carve my way to even get to everything because right now you can't even really walk in here. One of the things that Ellie and I will not be able to afford for the foreseeable future is a proper filter in the house. So we have been getting bottled water, but one of the really cool things about living in Germany is that you recycle these and you actually get cash back when you recycle them properly. And recycling here in Germany is so wonderful compared to what I'm used to in the States. So very grateful for that. There are so many spider webs on everything. Whew. What is in the mysterious bag? Trash. Me every 2 minutes with my translation app on my phone trying to understand what any of this is. I feel so grateful that there are already so many tools in this tool shed that we're going to be able to use. Look at what I just found. I found a circular saw. This is my favorite tool. I'm so happy. I've just been borrowing circular saws since the very beginning of my DIY adventures, so it's really cool to have our own now. That's nice. It's getting real dusty in here. But look at how cute these are. What is this? Do these guys remind you of the spice jars from my van? That is really cute. Even though this thing is kind of cool, I do think that we're getting rid of it and getting one that's a little bit newer, and that is because it's just falling apart in a lot of areas. We could try to refurbish it, but I think that would take some time, and we're really trying to get started on this renovation, and this just isn't a priority for us. Come here. Come here. Want a shake? If you've been watching the channel, you'll already know that so many new and exciting and big changes have happened in my personal life and on this channel. This channel has changed so dramatically from a van life channel in such a short period of time. I mean, my entire life has. And it's taking some real time to adjust to an essentially entirely new life here in Germany and to get the channel up to date with so many things that have been happening behind the scenes. I also feel like a total fish out of water. I've been studying German every single day for 4 months, but any single time a neighbor talks to me, I feel like a deer in the headlights. And I've been relying really heavily on a therapist to help me navigate all of these big changes. So I've been really, really grateful that I personally found BetterHelp. BetterHelp is the sponsor of this week's video. They are a super easy to join online service that connects you with a professionally licensed therapist who is trained to listen and provide unbiased, helpful advice. BetterHelp is the easiest way to start talking to a therapist without ever having to leave the comfort of your own home, which for me, since I'm entirely new to Germany and entirely new to this town, was such a relief. To join, all you have to do is go to betterhelp.com. You'll actually find a link down in the description box below to betterhelp.com/Maddie Taylor. Then you'll answer a short questionnaire to help BetterHelp match you with a licensed professional who really suits your needs and who has years of experience in helping people with struggles just like your own. All of this can be done through your phone or through your computer, and you can chat with your therapist in whatever way feels the most comfortable for you, via video chat, phone call, or messaging. If for whatever reason you need to change your therapist, like say for example you move to Europe, that service is available to you free of charge. And I'm very, very glad for that. I don't think I would have been able to find a therapist who operates from here in Germany, who I trust and who I like nearly as quickly as I was able to if it wasn't for BetterHelp. So if you are someone who is considering giving therapy a try, I highly recommend letting BetterHelp help you to find a therapist who really suits your needs, all from the comfort of your own home. Visit betterhelp.com/Maddie Taylor or use Maddie Taylor when you go to the site to enjoy a special discount on your first month of therapy from BetterHelp. Thank you so much to BetterHelp for sponsoring this week's video. And with that, let's get on to the rest. I have a feeling I'm going to get very messy during this video. Just an empty box. Sweet. It's a nice outdoor table. I definitely have a feeling that a lot of this is expired. This one is from 2017 and it expired in 2018. This one is literally empty. 2018. 2005? Yeah, okay. Even though these are all expired, I'm really glad that they put the dates on all of them. 2015, these look kind of new. The trash bag, however, needs to be replaced. The previous owner was a blacksmith, and so there are a lot of blacksmithing tools. I don't think we're gonna keep them. I think we're gonna give them away because I just don't think that I'm gonna get into blacksmithing anytime soon, but maybe Ellie wants to. Pretty cool though. These also seem really old. It's time for the fun part, making everything clean. Look at how many spider webs I've already gotten on this thing. Oh my gosh, does it remind you guys of Shrek? We start with the ceiling and work my way down. It's raining webs, hallelujah, it's raining webs. There's a lot, folks. Oh, my eyes. My eyes. It is so dusty in here, I almost need eye protection. Most of these tools we're keeping. And just like that, we are done. I'm really happy with how it's looking. It's just looking so much cleaner, but it's kind of funny because it just feels like making it possible to renovate just because there was so much stuff in here. Hopefully in an upcoming video, we'll do a full overhaul of this room and put in all the new tools and the workbenches and take out things that we can't use and replace the shelves. And I'm really excited because you really can't do a years-long renovation project that is this house without having a workspace to do all of that, especially since it does rain often here. This is all of the trash that we've collected so far today, but there's actually a little more around the corner here too. We don't really know what we're going to do with the trash situation yet. We're hoping that we can ask a friend if we can put it in his flatbed and take it to a dump, but we'll just have to see. I've also gotten a lot of questions about why Germany, and I think the real question is why not Germany? Ultimately, I have wanted to be able to purchase property for a long time, and when I found out that this house was at the price point that it was, which was way more affordable than any counterparts would have been in the US, and that I could do it with someone that I care about, it was kind of like, well, yeah, I want to do that. I've always wanted to move to Europe. I've always wanted to be a homeowner. I've always wanted a big, massive project like this that would take years, that would be hard, that would make me learn a lot. But ultimately that would grant me more stability than being on the road did. I'm so excited about the area that we're in. I'm gonna show you guys so much more in future videos, but we're right next to a lake and a forest that I get to walk in with Eliza every single day. She gets to be off leash, she feels free. And I'm in an entirely new country where frankly, I'm so ignorant. I have so much to learn. I'm like a baby here. I'm learning German every single day. I'm learning about the German culture every single day, learning about German building every single day, and it's just the biggest learning opportunity I think I've ever had in my life. And it's scary and it's overwhelming, but it's also so gratifying to, you know, keep working hard and notice the changes that are happening every single day, especially in my German. Like every single day I know a few more words, I can understand people a little more, I'm a little less afraid and like a deer in the headlights when someone speaks to me in German. And it's just going to be this gradual process. But I'm kind of rambling here, but yeah, I moved to Germany because when someone has the opportunity to move to Europe and it all is going to just work out for you, why would you say no? So the other room I have to clean outside that I haven't showed you guys yet is right here. It's right next to our garden. The reason that I need to clean this out ties very closely in with why we needed to prep our garden. And I want to start teasing for you guys. Let's just say that it's 2 reasons actually, and they're very, very cute. I'm really glad that I cleaned the tool shed first because I think a lot of this stuff will actually go in there. All of the rest of the power tools will all go in the tool shed. Ah, please don't do that. Tools, tools, so many tools. This is the most sunshine we've had the entire month that I've been in Germany. How many rakes is too many rakes? I'm pretty sure what we have is excessive. Sweet. Should I wear this for my thumbnail? We do have a big pile of firewood that we started by the side of the house, mostly because apparently it costs a bit of money to have your wood removed for you. So this, I think, can all go there. Although some of this is kind of good. I wonder if we could use these for garden beds. We probably should use some of this for garden beds. Forgot these bad boys. I'm just moving the trash by the side of the house so that the neighbors have at least less of an eyesore. We already have this situation over here, and we're not entirely sure when we're going to be able to get rid of all this. At least a little better. Up to this point, I have been surprised at the lack of scary looking spiders. It's mostly just been daddy long legs, and I'm still waiting. We're good. We're in the clear. This is a cute bucket. I've had a lot of people with concerned comments about things like asbestos and black mold, and I just wanted to let you guys know that I didn't purchase this house naively. I thought about things like asbestos and black mold, and of course about the structure of the house long before I decided to actually purchase the home. And also, I just want to say that Ellie and I are not doing this alone. Ellie is from this area and her family is from this area, and they just so happen to be in the construction and the electrical industries. We've had 3 different connections who are members of Ellie's family who collectively have over 100 years of experience working in this area of Germany in construction and electrical, who are guiding us every single step of the way. We're not making any big renovation decisions without their guidance, their instruction, and also their help. So even though it was amazing to build my van alone, I'm definitely no fool. And I know that renovating an old house is an entirely different project, and Ellie knows that too. No worries, everything is okay. We're doing this safely. And I really, really love this bucket. Drawers, except for they don't go in anything. This is trash. Love finding nice things. This will definitely come in use for little baby plants. Cute little box. Feels very German to me. 1900. I think this will have to go in the house. Okay. Alrighty. I'm definitely getting to the end of my fuse for this kind of work, so I'm happy that we're sweeping. Found my first giant spider. We're just gonna go ahead and leave them alone. This is their shed, and I'm just a visitor, sorry. Oh, there's another one. They're out. Everyone has their limits. For me, if their body is bigger than a rather large peanut, it's too big. It's too big. Look at that. Look at that spider. I would put something next to it so you guys could see scale, but I can't. I'm too afraid. The big one is under here. No, 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 no. Go out. Out, out, out. Good luck. It's done. It's kind of the same thing. It doesn't look amazing. There's still cobwebs in some places. There's a spider that I left behind, but it looks a lot better and it's now manageable. So again, this is kind of the mid after, not the actual after. But anyways, let's go ahead and move on into the house. I am over this kind of work. Maybe a 5-minute breather first. Oh. I filmed doing so much work up here. I rolled up carpets. I showed you guys taking it down the stairs and how awkward it was, putting it in the garage, going through a bunch of glassware that I've now washed. So much work, and it all mysteriously got deleted. I spent a lot of time trying to get it back, even using some recovery programs on my computer, and I can't get them back. But anyways, we're just gonna carry on with cleaning out this piece of furniture. Sorry about it. I got so sketched out by it that I went and I changed the SD card that I'm using, and hopefully this doesn't mysteriously delete too. This guy's definitely going to take the longest to sort through because there are a lot of little items in here and also some personal info too, and I don't really know what we're gonna do with all that. Picture albums of different places, I think mostly in Germany, and I think we have to keep these. Maybe I'll have to make a point of going to all of these places at some point anyway. This is a planner from 1977, never written in. Someone is going to love this. A lot of this is more advanced than my pre-K level German, so I'm gonna have Ellie look over all of this before we decide exactly what to do with it, but there are so many really cool postcards that are blank on the back. I feel like we should either use them as art or actually send them. A map of Germany from 1987. Do any of you know what this is? Is this for cigarettes? I wish Ellie was here for a lot of this. Werkstatt Volkenbuch. It's really beautiful handwriting. This entire pile is for Ellie to look through. I don't want to give away anything important. I don't know if some of this needs to go to museums, and I can use Google Translate all day long, but I just think she will have a much better feel than I do. I found an old German dictionary. How cool is that? It's so pretty. Definitely keeping that. There are some things that I can do, like this, I think we should keep. I just found a planner from 1991 and the days of the week match up. So I think this is going to be my new planner for this year. The couch is not that heavy, but obviously I'm not going to be taking it out without Ellie. Ooh, it's gross back there. It's really gross back there. Maybe I can just get the rug out though. Dusty, so dusty. Whew. It started to rain pretty heavily. I swear it'll be sunny 1 minute here and then it'll be pouring rain the next. And so I need to take all of the stuff that I've been keeping on the lawn and move into the garage. Technically 2 rooms done. And on to the next. The real question is, am I going to be able to remove the exercise bike by myself? I'm kind of dreading when Ellie and I have to try to get furniture down the stairs together because it just does not seem like an easy task. Okay. Whew. I did it. The vast majority of items in here are just for giveaway. I think one of these bags is giveaway. These are pretty cool though. Wow, these are so good. I can see ducks on the lake. It's seriously like we're on a treasure hunt and I'm wondering how many things you guys are gonna watch me throw away and be like, no, don't throw that away, don't give that away. Since I decided to purchase a house, I've been following a lot of home renovation people on Instagram, and it's always really crazy to go to the comment section and see how up in arms people get about other people's design choices. And I know now that this is becoming like a home renovation YouTube, I'm gonna get a lot of that, and I just don't know if I'm quite ready. I might paint something white and people might get so upset. Or I might get rid of the blue tiles that some of you love. Actually, Ellie and I definitely want to get rid of the blue tiles. And it's just kind of going to be crazy to see how passionate people get about it. But I also think that's kind of cool. And ultimately, this is Ellie and my space, and we're gonna do what we wanna do together. We're making all of the decisions about the house together. We're going for a lot of traditional kind of vintage touches with a lot of textures and different colors and patterns. We want it to feel really homey and we want it to have a lot of character. So I think my van was a little more bohemian, and I think we will have some bohemian touches in our house, but I don't think it's gonna be nearly as bohemian as my van was. I think it's going to have a lot more vintage antiques and, you know, some even darker color woods, and I'm just so excited to see how it develops. And I think part of keeping the character of this house alive is going to be in keeping some of the pieces here. This person had a lot of button-ups. Do I keep this? Maybe I'll try this one on. I also got a lot of questions asking about Ellie and my relationship. And we're living in this house together and we're renovating it, and that's the story. So I don't know what to tell you guys. There's so many feisty comments. There's a lot of like even homophobic comments down in my comment section below. And ultimately, like, who I date and who I'm not dating really has nothing to do with the story that I'm telling. The story that I'm telling is that Ellie and I are doing this house together. So that's that. Is this one kind of cute too? This one might be cute too. The stove is the cutest thing in the entire world. I don't think that you're even allowed to use something like this anymore though. It's also so heavy and I definitely cannot remove it alone. It's a few hours later. Ellie came back from work and we are currently installing a gate in our backyard because Eliza has been sneaking into neighbors' yards every single day. Time to change that.
Our old gate. Look at her.
You know what's happening, don't you, Eliza Taylor? You know what's happening and you're not happy about it.
Yeah, I think that's fine. I don't think she will go through their family.
I also left a bunch of stuff outside, so we're just gonna finish up putting everything in the garage, and then that's probably it for today.
Isn't it pretty cool that I managed to get this downstairs by myself? Yeah, a little surprise with.
don't know what to keep and what to give away. Wait, did I check that correctly? I am scared.
Is that plugged in?
Ooh, it's getting windy. Lots of spider webs in my hair. So sweet. I found them. I found all of them. They're all in here. Oh, another one. Oh, they're so scary. You need to go out of the shed. Go out of the shed. I got some comments on my last video about a potential ghost. I just got so spooked out. Okay. I'm so nervous this bridge is gonna break.
There are many, many more days to come.